It's a hard thought, really. You know, when to break a vertebrae or a couple in your back, it's you never know if you're going to be racing again or not. At the end of the year, I knew I wanted to get back on a bike. You know, I'm now 37 years old. It's not too old. I've seen, you know, people with more age racing than me. I mean, you look at Troy Bayliss. He had really the bike I know from last year, and I know the bike has good potential, you know, for at least winning races and somewhere in the future maybe a world championship, and it's good. I mean, this year's team's different to last year. It's a different team, new team. Not too much experience from what I can see this year, but you know, everything's working well. The guys, the mechanics, the whole team seem to work on the bike really good, and you know, they just lack little things here and there, which I seem to, you know, from what I'm experienced with anyway, let's say. But overall, I mean, the bike's been working really well. I probably expected a little bit better at the beginning of the season, you know, being at Phillip Island, Qatar, which we were sort of running a good position in last year, and I think we could have this year too, but with a little bit of bad luck, we got sort of bumped out on the first corner, and unfortunately, you know, I was doing the same lap times as the leaders, but unfortunately just couldn't be with the leaders. That made things a little bit difficult, but yeah, I mean, the whole season hasn't been too bad. It's been a little bit up and down. You know, some races have been pretty good, and some, you know, not so good, mechanical failures and a couple little things here and there. But the last race, which was in Donington, we got a podium there, and yeah, everything seemed to have been, the whole weekend was, we didn't really expect a podium. We were kind of, you know, we seemed to be pretty comfortable all throughout the year in the top six. I was hoping, you know, a top 5 finish, which is still you know, the best result for Triumph up until now. So, and then yeah, come the race, I mean, I was in 5th position, made my way through to 4th position, and then eventually got up to 3rd and finished the race in 3rd. So we were really happy for that. It was good because you know, it's the home race for Triumph, and it was good for them, good for me, good for everybody really. So it was a really good place to do that at. Last year was a really difficult season. Phillip Island was really one of the only races we really finished last year, and we got a 6th position, which was, yeah, up until now it was still one of the best results for Triumph, and yeah, it was good. I mean, it was the 2nd race of the year, and it was a good one, and well, it was actually the 1st race, I think, if I'm not wrong. But yeah, I mean, it wasn't really a very good season up until Brno, which in Czech Republic. I like the track, I know the track, and we seem to have been doing pretty good in practice and qualifying and everything, and up until I think it was Saturday afternoon qualifying, or even Saturday morning's practice, Everything's a little bit vague on that day, but yeah, you know, having the accident I had and breaking a vertebrae and 3 ribs, and it was all just a bit too much really to take in all at once. It's a hard thought really, you know, when to break a vertebrae or a couple in your back, it's you never know if you're going to be racing again or not, or even if you can walk again or not. It's a very fine line of you know, left or right, or which way you're going to end up. But yeah, I mean, come the end of the, you know, I obviously had the accident. There was no real operation or anything involved. It was just recovery, get back into training, and then, you know, try and get everything back to normal, let's say. At the end of the year, I knew I wanted to get back on a bike, and which we did. I mean, I was hoping sort of 2 or 3 races before the end, but it was actually the very last race of the year, and the team I was riding for had pulled out of the championship, and they didn't exist anymore, so I had to look for another team, which was the other Triumph team there at the time, and, you know, in last year's championship. And yeah, again, it was, you know, like I said before, it was the new mechanics and new atmosphere, new different people, and it was a little bit tough. Plus I was coming back from the injury. It was like, you know, one of the first times I'd really put on my suit and helmet again, and threw my leg over a bike. It was a lot of things going through my mind, and I think in the end I can't remember exactly what I got, but I ended up with a pretty good result there. It wasn't like a 6 or anything, but yeah, the result was pretty good for me anyway, at least to be able to finish the race. And the bike did have a small electrical problem, so, you know, I was pretty happy, let's say. And then that team in the last race in Portimao, they offered me a ride. Well, I had to speak to them a few times, but I pretty much got offered a ride for this year, and here I am, and, you know, doing this year's championship with the B1 racing team. And yeah, it's good. It is good. It's good to be back, and it's good to be out there still racing and everything. So, you know, I'm happy for that, and we're just going to wait and see how much future's involved.